Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley, 1.5, episode number 77. And we are going to start off where we left off, which is day 16 of summer in year number 3. And look at that, we're at 317,000 in the bank. I love it. It's a rainy day. We can always tell that, aside from the fact that what you can't really hear is the rain, but the cat's always inside on rainy days. So that's okay. I absolutely love rainy days. Both in real life and any game that I play, I love it that it rains. So I really love these rainy days like this. I feel peaceful when it rains in real life, and I feel peaceful if it's, I really love it when you get both. When it's a rainy day outside my sliding glass door and it's raining in a game. That's double peacefulness or something like that. I want to welcome my new subscribers to my channel. I really appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate your comments and your likes and of course your subscriptions. It helps me know that I'm doing something that other people are finding interesting or valuable or whatever the case may be. So I also welcome your comments down below. I respond to all of them in one way or another, and I really do love your comments and suggestions and things like that. So again, just a little blurb there. I appreciate y'all so much. Every day we do our chores, and I've asked in a poll if my subscribers want to see these morning chores, which are basically the same every day. We first go to the barn and milk our cows and our cow and one of our goats. We come into the coop and pick up all the eggs that the chickens and the dinosaurs and the ducks give us and load everything up in our machines to start processing. And the consensus was, yes, you want to see these menial chores every day. So, okay, you're going to see them every day. You can skip past them. I put chapter markings down below. This is the greenhouse, and I'm waiting until everything pops in there. I look at this lightning. It flashes on the screen. It's like, wow, it's really a lightning storm. Also, it had rained the previous day, so I need to grab those batteries over there you see to the side, because if I do, then there will be even more batteries, and we need those for all kinds of crafting things. I want to pop into our cellar first with our cheeses, and if things are ready, and they're not yet, what I've done is I put wines in the top row, wines in the bottom row, and cheese in the middle. So that's what I'm currently doing. And right now we're keeping enough produce and things to keep that going. I'm not going to add any casks just yet. Eventually we'll fill that whole cellar up with casks, but we're not quite there yet. I haven't made enough produce and wines and things like that to keep it full. So that was a worm bin over there if you haven't watched previous episodes, and if so, why not go back and watch them. But the worm bin gives us bait every single day, and this case it gave us 5 pieces, I think. So I went over and cleaned out our what was in those I think they're called crab pots, and then put the extra bait in our chest, our fish chest there. Come down below here, we're going to check this out. We now have 9 rainbow fish, as you can see, and they gave us a row, and grabbed it real quick and just keep right on going. Those rainbow fish will give us other things. Oh, we got another mushroom tree growing. Oh my gosh, these mushroom trees. Right now, those pumpkins. I did it again the previous episode, and I'm doing it now. Right now, those melons down there, I'm hoping that will turn into a giant melon, and that will stay there forever on our farm. I have a cauliflower on the left, which is my first giant cauliflower in my decoration area that I created. First one ever. I'm so excited about that. The other side, I hope we're going to get melons. We've got 12 more days of this season. So if we leave the ones that are there, it at any time could turn into a giant melon, which looks so cool. If by the end of the season we don't get one, then I may try for the pumpkin. If we get one, we'll leave it until the next summer season and try again for the melons, because I think it looks so cool. You can see that our preserve jars are ready. For this time, we're going to do ancient fruit. I'm still keeping on the row, kind of saving that up. Previously, we had put cauliflower in our preserve jars, and the pickled cauliflower is very, very valuable, and ancient fruits are more so we're going to put those in there. You can do either one. Ancient fruit can be put in preserve jars to make, I think it's ancient fruit jelly, I think it is, or you can put them in the kegs and then make wine out of it and age that for really good value. So we're going to keep on working here. We've got lots of things we're going to do today. And you see that I grabbed the weathered, I think it's called weathered wood flooring. We're going to be replacing all of the cobblestone walkways with these weathered board look, which I like a whole lot more. And it just takes a lot of wood to make it. The cobblestone, they look great. It was our first ones that we could get. But now I was able to get the recipe for what I really wanted, and we're going to switch all these out. And it's going to take some time because of time. It's already halfway through the day. The day's half over. We had to do our chores first, and then we can do extra things, and now we're doing those extra things. So just kind of taking it a piece at a time. Going to do the right in front of our sheds first. And you can see that there's like a line, like a border on it, but if you put one next to it, the border goes away. So it looks really cool, I think. So anyway, we're obviously gonna have to make more. So, oh, look at that. Did you see that lightning strike? Was that cool? Oh my gosh, that looks so cool when you can actually see it. And I don't know what the lightning struck. It's supposed to strike the lightning rods over at the side of the house, so I don't know. Sometimes they do strike, the lightning will strike trees. And you can hear it if you're outside. Sometimes you'll hear it strike a tree and you'll hear a tree fall, which is kind of interesting. But also it strikes your pathways, your cobblestone pathways especially, it seems like. It'll strike your pathways, and when you walk by that pathway the next time, that piece of walkway will go into your backpack and like, oh, okay. So right now, this is the way north out of the farm, and I'm going to scoot up as much as I can, and I can put walkways down all the way up there, so it looks like it's just going right out of my little farm area here. So I kind of like that. That's kind of cool, and I didn't know that for the longest time, that you could put your walkways all the way to where it's looking like it goes right on out. So you can see it's going to take quite a bit, but we have quite a bit of wood stocked up. I was kind of stockpiling wood for this purpose to make sure I had plenty so that I can go ahead and replace it all. So it'll, like I said, it's going to be a process. It's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we've done very little, but that's okay. No big deal either way. And we'll just keep adding in as we go and moving along as we go. If this is your first time watching an episode, I do occasionally do a progression screenshots. I have both the screenshot of day 1 when we moved in, or when we were shown the farm. There's another lightning strike. How cool. When we were shown the farm and put down our 15 parsnips. So then I'll do a where the farm currently is, and then I also show a screenshot of my other long save, which is 11 years, 11 game years, and it shows kind of where we're going with the farm pretty much. And I may do a few things differently, but it's kind of the layout that I like. It worked for me really well, and I think that's what we're going to kind of follow along with. So you can check those out. A previous episode, I think we did it. And when I do a screenshot, it in the description of the video, it'll say, whatever, update progress video or progress screenshots or something like that. So it looks like this one, we can't go any further in there, and that's okay. I didn't even know I could do that little piece there, so that's kind of cool. So anyway, I do that because I think it's cool to see the progression of where we came from and where we're going to. To me, it's just really cool to do that. I hope you appreciate it. If you do, make a comment down below. Something else I want to say here in the beginning is I've started something kind of fun. I'm going to, sometime during this video, I am going to give a verbal secret word of the word of the day. I don't know what to call it. Word of the video. I don't know what it would be called, but there's going to be a word I'm going to use in it verbally only, and I want you to take that word and use it in a sentence down in the comments. Don't say the secret word is that blah blah blah. Don't do that, but use the word in a sentence, and the word will have something to do with the video, something that I found interesting in the video, whatever it is, but it's going to be the secret word. And so please do that for me if you will. I think it's fun. I had seen it, somebody else had done it, and I stole their idea because I love stealing ideas. So okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, let's see, do we want to do that? Do I want to do that? I'm trying to decide what we're going to put in our wine. making here. Yeah, we'll just do that. That's fine, no problem. I don't mind making these cheap wines. Like right now, the ancient fruit's coming out, and we're putting whatever this is, blackberries. I don't mind making cheap ones. If we don't get them through the cellar before we've got an overstock of ancient fruit wines, then we'll just sell them. So there's nothing lost. And so anyway, keep a listen out throughout this video for the secret word and use it in a sentence down in the comments. So thank you so much for playing along with me. I saw that idea and I thought that is so fun. So I hope you will have fun with me. All right, so we basically I'm glad we saw that our wines were ready so that we could take those down to the cellar. And it does take 54 days to go from regular normal quality wine to iridium quality wine, which is where we're going with it. 54 game days. That seems like a really long time, but the proceeds are so much more than just plain wines. Like I said, eventually we'll sell some of the cheaper wines that we don't want to process them. That's okay. But to make the most, especially of the ancient fruit wines, they're going to be processed. Now, I think that in the future, when we have more than 1,000 bottles of ancient fruit wine, which very well could happen, we may put excess in the shipping bin. But for now, that money is so valuable. I can't wait till you guys see how much we make off of that. I think it was 11 bottles, where you're going to have 11 bottles to see how much it was. And the price difference is just like, oh wow. You'll see why I'm so excited about this. So as you can see, we're still just working on our pathways here, and a little at a time. What happened there? Oh, we have one. Okay, in the back behind the buildings, we've got that covered. And there's a couple reasons why I do that. For one thing, you walk faster if you're walking on pathways. For another thing, whenever this first of a season happens, you're going to get junk on your farm. Junk meaning stones, weeds, pieces of wood, and all that stuff is all over your farm in various places. When you have walkways, then you won't get the junk on your walkways. So that's another reason. So there's a couple reasons. Plus, I think it looks really cool to have, your paths laying out like that. So kind of designated walk areas. So anyway, that's why I do it, and it looks really cool. And we've got plenty at the present moment. And we'll just keep on moving on. This is like a two wide path walkway. This one here, that it's kind of more or less designates that one. If you follow it up, it leaves the farm. So I kind of like that. It's like two deep. And there on the one below, down right where we're at, some of that is 3 wide on the left hand side. And I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with that. Or not. So we're going to just keep working along, again, chopping them up and putting them down. And so I don't remember if we could have gotten that weathered recipe early on. I don't remember if it, look at that. Did you see that? The lightning struck and it hit that cobblestone pathway. Did you see that? Now when I get close to that, it's going to automatically pull it into my backpack. I think I have a vampire ring or something on it. It pulls things towards me. So you can watch that. But that was kind of cool that you got to see what I was talking. There it goes. You can see what I was talking about, that the lightning strikes your walkways. And in that case, it broke it. And then it went into my pack the next time I walked by there. And it was just laying there until I had walked by. So we just happened to be there and see it. So that's cool. I'm glad I was able to show you that. And again, if this is your first time, the trees off to the right, those are oak trees and they're all tapped, and we're getting oak resin because we combine oak resin with the coral that we're propagating in our fish pond, and that makes deluxe speed grow, which I don't like to grow anything without deluxe speed grow, which reduces your grow time by 25%. So if something was going to take 4 days, it'll only take 3. So if it's going to take 8 days, it'll only take 6. My math was trying to work here. There we go. Accidentally hit that one up there. And so just kind of, I like the little dirt one there. I think that's called a dirt pathway if I'm not mistaken. And I like that for the edges of my planting area. And that's where I keep scarecrows and sprinklers and things. I don't know why I like it. It just kind of designates our growing area. And we're doing pretty good, but man, is it getting late. And here I'm being super duper careful. I do not want to pop those Melons, I want them to grow into giant melons. So I'm thinking positive thoughts. Give me giant melons. But it's getting very late. We're running out of time here. So I'm like, okay, I got to put stuff down and get going. So you know what? I also, as a side note, I like to go to bed early. I really like to go to bed around 10 p.m. But on days like this where I'm doing stuff around the farm and I can still see pretty well, I can't see very well sometimes, then I will go ahead and stay up a little bit later. But for the most part, I like going to bed at 10 p.m. and going to bed. That's what time Harvey goes to bed. I know that some people like to work and hang out as long as they possibly can, and they don't worry about the time. I do. I do not like to fall. In this particular game, if you don't go to sleep by 1 o'clock, let's say if you go to sleep between 1 o'clock and 1:50 a.m., then what happens is when you wake up the next morning, your energy won't fill all the way. If you wait until 2, you'll fall asleep wherever you are, and it costs money for someone to wake you up. I didn't mean wake you up. They rescue you, so they charge you for that. So I don't want to get charged for that. So as you can see, it's already 1 o'clock. That means I won't get all of my energy back. So kind of pay attention to where I'm at. I'm down to like a quarter of my energy or something like that, because it does take energy to use your axe and whatever. But we'll see how much. 1:20 a.m. And so let's see how much money we got. Let's take a look. And pickled cauliflower is 400. Look at that. We got 8,400. So that's pretty cool. And it is now the 17th day of summer and year number 3. So let's see how much energy we got back. You can see that we did not get all of our energy back. So it just depends on what I'm doing today. I can always eat something to get that energy back, or I could just ignore it. Doesn't matter. And look at all those beautiful batteries. Oh my gosh, we really needed those. So I'm glad I got those ones that were already ready. There was only a couple, but I'm glad I got them because now they refilled with new batteries. So we do need them. Those are a resource, and we'll need a lot. So you know, right now we've used what we needed them for, which was to build iridium sprinklers, but there are going to be other uses for them. So all right, on the iridium ore. Thank you, Grandpa. Always thanking our grandpa for our statue of perfection that gives us iridium ore every day, because that's not an easy thing to come by. So anyway, look at all of our beautiful melons there getting ready to pop. Oh, they're so pretty. And let's go down and check all of our babies. To love all your animals at the same time, you just hold down your right mouse button and move it around. You have to be kind of close to your animals to make that happen. I'm not trying to milk Lucy. I'm trying to milk that goat that's sitting right there. It is so hard to see. Even though there's a setting that makes the little red square, then it still doesn't always help. There's Nanny. It's like, okay. Just loving everybody. When you get full relationship hearts with everybody, then you have higher quality products in general. You don't always get iridium quality milks or whatever. As you can see, I got a silver quality goat milk there, and I believe we have full hearts with both goats. So that doesn't guarantee it, but you more often get iridium quality, which is great. So, okay, and off to the coop we go. These are both deluxe versions of the barn and coop. It's like, okay, I'm trying to pick up an egg. And I'm starting getting real good about moving my mouse off of whatever I just picked up, because I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally put eggs in the mayonnaise machine that I didn't intend to put in there. It's like, oopsie. So again, I always look and see what I have the most of, and trying to keep it even as much as possible. I currently have 2 chickens. Haven't decided if we're going to keep that and get another dinosaur or what. Our coop is completely full of 12 animals. That's the most that can go in the deluxe versions, and I won't be getting any more of these type of animals. Eventually, we're going to have a whole different kind of animal. Hello, little Junimo guy. How you doing? We're going to get a whole different kind of animal, and that's going to be a cool surprise that we'll see in the future. Got to keep watching for that. I'm currently playing the content from the original game, and updates up to about 1.5, and then at 1.5 version, the update was insane. I can't believe it's not a 2.0. I don't understand how they determine what is a 1 point something and a 2.0. I was shocked that it wasn't, because there's more people to meet. There are more quests to do. There's all kinds of activities. I was being very careful there so I don't throw something away by mistake. So I was shocked. So anyway, we'll get to that content soon. I've said, somebody asked me recently if I had gone to this special place that we're going to go to soon, and my answer is no. I have an awful lot to do here first. Oh, by the way, look at that. Look like our red, I think it's red cabbages have matured, and they've been picked by our Junimos. I love my little Junimos. Aren't they precious? So anyway, so no, I'm kind of waiting on that particular, I also had lightning must have struck, and one of these dirt paths got knocked off, because when I walked by it went in my pack. So no, I'm going to wait on the going to the new content for a while, because I really want to explore the older content, because that's how the players of the game like me that have been playing for years experienced it. We experienced the original content first, so that's kind of why I'm holding off on that, and then we'll get around to it and go check out the other content. And there is a whole bunch of really cool stuff, so you got to stay tuned to see that. So I thought maybe we would check out and see what our little Junimos had collected for us. And we got blueberries and tomatoes. So awesome that they harvested those. By the way, they don't harvest on rainy days, and I don't generally care. Look at our red cabbages. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited about that. We can make more. So they don't harvest on rainy days. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about that. If you do, you're more than welcome to run and harvest your own stuff. I don't care. So I had gone down there earlier, but I forgot to go in and take this cheese and put it in our chest that we're hanging on to until it's time to load up that middle row there. So I'm going to wait and see what we've got of that. Just kind of a side note, the regular the milk cow cheese is a really great thing to take into the mines with you, and we're going to be finding a whole nother place called Skull Cavern that we got to go to. It's a really great food to take with you. It is a milk product, because I do goats, the milk with the goat cheese, the cow cheese is kind of extra, if you will. So I'm gonna probably save that, hang on to it, and then start taking that with us when we gotta do more fighting. And I'm sorry of those that you don't like fighting. I don't either, but we do have to do a little bit, and we'll go ahead and use the cheese, because it refills your health completely. So I know there's other foods you can have that have luck and have other attributes, damage, critical damage and stuff like that, and we'll get to that. But for now, I love it that I can fill my health up with the cheeses that we can take. So anyway, what I'm doing now is running the red cabbages through our seed makers. And this way we don't have to go buy more, but we do have time to grow more. So if you go back and replant things, like right after you pull them up, you see all my fertilizers still there. If I'd waited a day, that could go away. So I wanted to get them replanted and get some more red cabbages, because pickled red cabbage is another good value, high value item. So what I saw that we had something, I think it's a tomato plant maybe, that for some reason died, and I haven't figured out why that happened. I thought that when the crows take them, I thought they'd take them as opposed to kill them. So I don't know why. I just, instead of growing another tomato plant that I don't know how long would take to harvest, all that, I went ahead and just put a red cabbage there. And I'm just checking along here to see if there are any other spots that I have missed. Looks like I'm good. So we got a few extra red cabbage seeds. That's okay. We'll put those away and put the other red cabbages away. Oops, they're out of order. If you know me, you're knowing I'm not going to let that happen. They have to go lower quality to higher quality, because when I glance at that, just a quick glance, I want to see how many I have of each one without having to look at the stars. I know that's ridiculous, but it is the way that I am. Just a tiny bit OCD. It's not invasive in my life, but it's enough to where I can't let things like that go. So, oh my goodness, let's check our calendar. Today is Sam's birthday, a previous episode, I purchased this calendar from Robin for this very reason. I generally don't go to town every day, and so I have missed so many birthdays. And the reason why that matters is if you give a villager a love gift on their birthday, then it dramatically increases your relationship with them. And eventually I want to be best friends with everybody in the town. And what you can do is you can either figure it out by giving gifts and hit and missing and making horrible relationships, or you can go to the wiki, and down in the description of the video there's a link to this wiki. The wiki can tell me a number of things. They can tell me what a villager love, what items that they love. It can tell me where they are and their schedule. Hey, look at that, got an ancient drum. How about that? We're getting a little thing going on here. Oh, that's a good boy. He's talking to his dog. You might be the only one around here who understands me. Well, Alex, that might be true. No one has seen the kind of stuff you and I have. Poor Alex. Oh, poor, he's so sad. And we show up. Uh-oh. Rhiannon, did you overhear me talking? Well, Alex, I don't know what difference it would make. Yes, I heard everything. Oh, don't be sad, Alex. I really don't like to talk about it, but I guess I'll explain. I'm glad he's going to tell us what happened. Have you ever wondered why I live with my grandparents? Yeah, kind of. You see, my father wasn't a good guy. Well, he ruined everything for me and my mom. Half the time he was gone, the other half he'd drink all night and tell me I'm worthless and I'd never amount to anything. Oh, poor Alex. I think he resented me for being young, bitter because he'd wasted his youth doing nothing and had gotten nowhere in life. Well, that's my take on it anyway. Who knows what was going on in his mind? One day he left, and soon after that, Mom got sick and passed away. I had no choice but to move in with my grandparents. You seem like someone I can trust. That's why I'm telling you this, Rhiannon. I don't want any sympathy. If there's one good thing about my past, it's that it's made me strong. Boy, that's true for most people, isn't it? Now let me show you what Dusty will do for a barbecued steak. Okay, Dusty, do your thing. Ha, look at him slobbering. I think he might like steak as much as I do. Oh boy, that dog looks silly happy. Oh my goodness. So these little scenes happen as a result of an increased relationship with Alex. So as whatever I had given him a gift or talked to him, those relationships increased. Now, we're talking to Kent. Notice that we're talking to Kent. Uh-oh. It's not Kent's birthday. I screwed up, but I didn't realize it. It's Sam's birthday. And it's like, oh my gosh. Also, I have this artifact that we can take to the museum. I thought I'd run it over here. I couldn't believe that happened. I was like, no. So I have given the wrong gift to the wrong people so many times because I don't double check. And that's what I should have done, is double check. New reward. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Collect rewards. Oh, a drum block. Okay. So we got a drum block, and so if you put this on the ground, you can drum on it. So okay. There's also reasons for them later, but we'll get into that later. So okay. Anyway, I get so frustrated with myself when I do stuff like that. Especially as you saw, I only had three. Let's see, three for what? What do you want? 3 largemouth basses. Willie wants us to fish 3 largemouth basses. I don't wanna. The only time I'm gonna fish is when I have to. We have to catch all fish in the game, and there are some legendary fish that we haven't caught for sure, and I know there's other ones. Eventually we'll get around to it, but I'm not worried about it. I don't like fishing in this game, so I won't. I just won't do it. I don't have to. So anyway, what I was talking about is giving the wrong gift to the wrong person, is that I only had 3 cactus fruits because we have to go to the desert to get them, and I've only been to the desert a handful of times, and when I've been there I don't always do what I should, which is gather the cactus fruit and gather coconuts, and I really need to get better about that. But I realized what I had done. I thought, okay, I have to pay the price. I got to go back and I got to find Sam and give him his birthday gift so that we can increase the relationship. I was so mad at myself when I do that, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. It's not an unfixable situation. So we're going to go find Sam. I don't know where he's at. Is that Sam right there? I think that's Sam right there. Everybody get out of the way, for Pete's sakes. Why are we all collecting in one spot? It's like, holy moly. Yeah, this is Sam. Okay, and so talk to him first and give him his birthday gift. You remember my birthday. Thank you. This is great. All right. So that's going to increase our relationship with Sam. And let's see where he's at. There's Kent. Kent has a great... Oh my gosh. Come on, Sam, where are you? Oh, we're only 1 heart away from being full hearts that we can be with Sam. So that is so cool. And we got a ways to go, but we'll get there eventually. The purpose of this, or my goals for this playthrough, is to reach 100% completion. And in the not too distant future, there's going to be a way to know how complete you are, and that means the content that you've played. How much of the content have you played? And we'll get there where you can see. And this, my other playthrough, I think I'm at 86%, and this one is going to be 100. So eventually I will get past the content that I've already played, and we'll be in new territory. So I'm very happy about that, about sharing that with you and reaching that with you. So we got that drum bar. What is it called? Oh, these hats. These hats are so funny. I don't like wearing hats in the game, but you can use them for other purposes, and we will find out what those are because it's too funny. So that's why I'm saving them. I'm also eventually going to buy a dresser and put it in the bedroom there to put clothes in so that I can save them all up or use them or switch them out. I thought that we might spend a little bit of the time here that we have. It's 7 o'clock, so we've got a little bit of time, and put down some more wood flooring. And I knew that there's some, you can't see it behind these daggone trees, but there's some cobblestone pathways still that I've got to knock out of, that I got to knock out of the way. I also was looking at my my map, if you will, my blueprint of my previous play to kind of figure out, what do I want here? Do I want a 2 wide place, or do I want whatever 3 wide? And so I'm kind of redoing this a little bit here. I wanted to put 2 up here, closer to my planting area, and I could also see there are cobblestone paths still. It's like, come on, they're my nemesis. Here's a weathered one. I know that there's at least 1 in here, and probably 2. So you can see I'm kind of just knocking everything out of the way. Oops, I accidentally knocked a gravel path. I like the gravel paths around the trees, and I don't know why, I just think it looks cool and it's something different. But I knocked one loose somewhere along here and I can't find it. It's like, okay, which one? Because you can't really see. It's like, come on. So I either knocked it or it had gotten struck by lightning. And when you walk close to it, like I mentioned earlier in this episode, it pops into your pack. It's like, where the heck does this go? I can't really see what I'm doing. But I know it belongs here somewhere. I know it does because it came into my pack. So somewhere along here there's a pathway. And so what I've done is I've put them around all 4 sides of all the trees. Oh, there it was. It was right in the middle. So evidently a lightning strike did get that one. So anyway, back to my thought, which, who knows what my thought was. My memory's like, what? So I also thought that we've got more trees that I'm going to chop down. We need more for putting down our pathways. We're going to need quite a bit more wood, and I don't want to run short on wood ever, because there's always a need for wood. You always need to make something, create something. So I want to make sure that I have plenty, and thought might as well knock down some of these bigger trees. I'm letting the smaller trees grow because they turn into bigger trees and you get more wood. And since I'm not designing this area yet, because I haven't decided what I want to do, I'm just letting them grow. And in the meantime, the mushroom trees are really out of control. Look at all those mushroom trees. I've mentioned this before, but just to let you know, mushroom trees used to be the only way you got them was a random tree in a forest on your farm would turn into a mushroom tree. And then from there, if you cleared the area around it, it would sprout new mushroom trees to the left or to the right, and that's how you kind of marched your trees along. Well, as of 1.5 version, you can actually, there's a way to purchase mushroom tree seeds. So right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. That's why they're still there. I don't know what I'm going to do with that area. I know I'm not going to have a mushroom tree farm because I don't, none of them are tapped, and they, I don't need, they make mushrooms is what they make you, and I haven't decided. I never really used much of the mushrooms before, so I haven't decided if I'm going to put some in and tap them or not. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I noticed, you know what, it's 11:30, and the previous night we went to bed way too late, so I think it's time for us to put our materials away and then get on to bed. And I did want to give you the secret word, and I think what we're going to do is mushroom tree. So mushroom tree is the secret word or words, so use that down below in the comments for making a sentence. Thank you so much for following me along on this journey. I just find this to be so much fun. I hope you'll continue. Subscribe if you haven't already, and get that video a like if you liked it. And once again, I want you to know that I really do appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for supporting me in all the ways that you do. Really though, the most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.